the shirts and everything of my brothers. I had to brush their shoes. So I think I could call myself a leader of this whole family since I was 10 years old. But my brothers always told me, you're ugly, you wear glasses, you'll never marry. So I had all the messages that I was not a good child and I was not a person to love. So when I was older and people asked me to be a leader of an organization of women, I had a lot of hesitance. I thought, I can't do it. Who am I? Everybody has told me I'm not a good leader, I'm not a good person, so how could I run an organization that covers all of Holland all by myself? So it took me a long time to work on all my resistance, all the messages I got from my family, to be able to be a leader of this national organization and to encourage other women to become a leader of their support groups in the different parts of Holland. Now this whole week we have heard a lot about leadership, and I'm so happy about that because June and Shirley, they did the mirroring thing. So how could you be a leader by following somebody else, and how can you take leadership? Paula Green has told us a lot about how you deal with conflicts. And here are all these nuns and all these Western women together, and we all heard this morning even, I've seen it on all the sheets everywhere, that everybody has a secret wish to be a leader. And I have to say that this week, I was taking a picture of a group of nuns with Lopsam, and one of the nuns said, please send me the picture. So she gave me her business card, and it says Lama Sulma. Is she here? Lama Sulma. I'm really sorry she's not here, because listen what she put on her card. Lama Sulma, manager. She's the manager of the DK Institute in India. And I thought, gee whiz, a nun puts on her card, I'm a manager. That means all of you are going to be leaders in the future. And that is what this workshop is about. So I would like you all to participate and to see whether at the end of this workshop we can all feel the power to be a leader one day. Okay? So before we really start interacting, I would like to tell you that leadership is different for different kinds of organizations. If you have an organization that is mainly run by males, you have a totally different kind of leadership than when you have an organization run by females. And I can tell you, it's really something to run an organization that's only consisting of females. Then it is a lot of difference between if you have an organization that has to make a lot of money, because then the goal is to make money, or you have a non-profit organization like a nunnery, or like the organization I work for women with gynecological health problems. It was not our goal to be profitable, it was our goal to support women. So that's the difference. And the third one is whether you have a really big organization with a lot of people concerned, or when you have a very small one. I mean, I heard that in the Mahabodhi nunnery that just started after the groundbreaking ceremony of the conference, the Sakyavita conference in Ladakh, there are now 9 nuns. Those 9 nuns will have to work with completely different ways of running their nunnery than the one in Kolkata, who has 220 nuns. That's a completely different situation, okay? First, before we go to the next thing, I would like to invite you all to take a moment to visualize what you're good at. So please, I'm going to sit here. I would like to ask you to close your eyes. To close your eyes. To sit up straight, really comfortably. To bend forwards and build up your back bone by bone until you sit up straight. Okay? Put your head on your shoulders and feel really proud. Feel really proud. when you want to relax. Look where you are. It can be your room, it can be somewhere outside, in the mountains, in a meadow. Just look around and feel fine, feel okay. Then envision yourself slowly getting up. And in front of you, you see a path. You start walking on that path. In front of you, you see a house appearing. Take your time to walk towards the house. And it can be any house you like it to be. Big or small, beautiful, simple. Look at the house. When you stand in front of the house, the door opens. And behind the door, there is this lovely figure of a female in a white robe who invites you to come in. She welcomes you and she tells you, this is your house. You can always come here. She takes you by the hand and opens the door towards a room. When you go into the room with her, you see one wall with various mirrors. And there you are, in front of these mirrors. When you look into these mirrors, you see everything you're good at. Look into these mirrors and see what you're good at. Good at talking, good at taking care of somebody, good at listening. Look at what you are good at. Don't be modest. Say it to yourself. I am good at. When you're done, the lovely figure in the white robes takes you by the hand again. Before you go out of the door, she tells you again, this is your house. This is your house. Whenever you feel insecure, whenever you don't know what to do, you could come back here and look at the Laughing.
Laughing.
Laughing. Laughing. Laughing. Great. What other things? Peace. You can make peace. Make peace. Make peace. What other things? What do you think you're good at? Compassion. Gee. What else? Look at small things, your daily life. What are you good at doing in the nunnery, in your own life? Study? You're good at study. Well, that's very important. Do I see more fingers? I'm sure you've seen a lot in those mirrors. Sympathy. Okay. Now, if you look at yourself in, let's say, some of you stay in a dorm, right? Lots of you stay in a dorm, not only here, but also in your nunnery. And lots of the Western women now stay in a dorm. If you look at what's happening there, what can you tell what you're good at? Is somebody all of a sudden be a leader in that dormitory? Does somebody always turn to you when something goes wrong? What do you do in your dormitory? How many of you stayed in a dorm here? You do. So what happens when there's no water? What do you do when there's no water in your dormitory? Can you tell me?
I'm good at sharing.
You're going to share what you have?
I'm good at sharing.
Oh, you're good at sharing. Okay, that's an important quality too. So, if you look at this list, I was not going to call it qualities because that's such a difficult word. And it's like, oh, qualities, that's so heavy. If you can tell yourself, I'm good at cooking, I'm good at doing stuff, what you feel, oh no, I can't say that. You know, when I used to have people over for dinner, they would say, that was a nice dinner, you're a good cook. And I would say, oh no, it's the recipe. It's not me. Or people would say, you make a good mayonnaise. And I said, oh no, it's just because I have this electric mixer. That does the trick. So I would never take credit for what I was good at. I'm a good cook, and I can make a great mayonnaise. Okay, I've said it here. Loud. So you all heard it, okay? But you can see that that causes a lot of resistance. If you're saying things about yourself, and you take a leadership role, you will see that the first thing you need is that lots of people, and I can talk only for myself, is that you have a low feeling of self-esteem. You feel you're not good enough to be a leader. You're not good enough, you don't know enough to be a leader. So I would like to ask you all, what comes up first in your mind when you would look at these two things? If you're, you show self-confidence, right? What are the things that you can come up with? How can you show, how can you express that you either are self-confident, so you trust what you can do, or that you have a low feeling of self-esteem and you think, oh no, I cannot do that. If somebody asks me for an important thing to do, I say no, oh, I can do that. Yeah, an expression of self-confidence.
A lightness of being or cheerfulness.
Cheerfulness, yes.
And
Yeah, you can take a
Low
little lower.
self-esteem.
Yeah.
okay, now I have the mic. Okay.
Yeah.
Would be maybe
to invite you to go into twos. You've been used to that now, right? You say something that you would like to do really well, okay? And you tell the other person something that you would like to be good at. And it has to be small. It can be cooking, it can be talking, it can be a leader of a nunnery, it can be whatever. You share that with each other, okay? And look in yourself how it feels when you say to each other, I want to be good at, okay? Try to do that, just for a minute or two. Look to the left and to the right, and say to each other. Another language. And you say, oh no, that's so hard. I can't speak another language. I have to go to school. I have to do this. I have to do that. So everything, all the voices in your head that tell you, oh no, I can't do it, you say it out loud. And then I say, oh Benny, one day you're going to be good at a language. And you again say, oh no, but. You say the no buts. You understand what I mean? I say you're going to be good at, and you say the no but. Okay? We call that I shower you with what you want to be good at as a leader or whatever. Okay. Now you can go back to your and do it with your partner. Okay. Do you have the feeling that when you hear often enough from your partner that you're good at something, that you slowly start believing it yourself? Especially because it's a wish of yourself to be like that. Okay. Now I would like to go to the next topic. I mean, I have to, you know all that I have to do it like in 40 minutes, right? This is a training that you could take a whole weekend doing, but that's okay. Once you have become a leader, you as a group develop a vision. And that means you as a leader don't develop the vision. You as a group develop together a view on what your organization, your nunnery, your women's group, your household, or whatever wants to accomplish with being together as a group of women. Okay? This vision includes that you together have something to say to the world. You want to carry out a message, especially Buddhist nuns. They want to carry out a message of compassion, of education, of, well, all the things that we put on that list, you know, and what you've talked about before. So you have this message to carry out to the world, and I'm sure that all the organizations for human rights, for equal rights, everybody has a message to carry out to the world. But to reach that message, we have to come by a lot of obstacles. It's not easy. Lynn talked about it, about the obstacles that her organization is meeting. And we as women have a lot of difficulty with dealing with obstacles instead of the goals that we want to reach. I would like to do a little exercise with that. And I would like to invite Elizabeth to come over to do this with me. Okay. Oh, Elizabeth, oh please. You come over here, please. Over here. people, remember? Yeah. Okay, Elizabeth, I would like to invite you. You have a goal in mind, and that is to reach the Buddha. There, okay? Now, I'm going to be your obstacle. So, you have to stand over here where it is. And I would like you to see how you can reach the Buddha. There. Okay. You go to the Buddha. You look at the Buddha, and that's where you're going. Right? But I am going to be in your way. Yes. What is Elizabeth doing? Giving up. Elizabeth is giving up. I am too strong an obstacle for her to reach the Buddha. She can't reach the Buddha. Elizabeth, please. There is a way to reach the Buddha. You shouldn't be focusing on me. You should be focusing on your goal. Now see what happens when you do. Okay, here I am, and I'm going to be a strong obstacle. But I can't take it off because my microphone's doing this. Now, very shortly, I would like to tell you something about the styles of leadership 101. You can be different styles of leadership, and you can be a different leader. And being one of these and many more does not mean one is better than the other. You can be an authoritarian leader, and that means you say, this is what I want to be done. You have authority. You tell the other people how you want it. If you meet a lot of resistance being an authoritarian leader, you can adjust your style and listen to the other people in your organization and adjust a little bit so you can do it together again. You can be a directive one, that's a little less. You can be supporting. That's what I have learned to be, because I have many women from different parts of the country being a leader in their own local group. And I had to encourage them to be a leader, so I couldn't tell them what to do. I could only help them to be a good leader in their own community, right? The new style that's being developed now is being a coaching leader. And a coaching leader means you're more like somebody who is in charge say, well, that's a good idea, but if you do this and that also, it will even work better. That's a new style of leadership, of coaching here, okay? I have to look at the time. And I'm going to skip this one because of the time. Okay. The last issue I want to talk about, and that happens in all female groups. That is what we call in English the tall poppy syndrome. In Holland we call it the crab basket syndrome. Maybe you know that, but people, fishermen, put crabs, you know what crabs are? These animals with their big feet sticking out. When you put them in a basket, they'll crawl up, right? When one reaches the top, the next crab will come and pull it down. Okay? And then that crab will go up, and then the next one comes and pulls it down. And that happens a lot in women organizations. Because we women, we are used to having men being our leaders. So when you see another woman coming to the top, empower herself, and be really strong, another woman becomes envious and thinks, gee whiz, what's she doing up there? I want to be up there. Bang! So we pull each other down. Instead of supporting each other and saying, you're a good leader, teach me how I can be a good leader. No, we try as women to pull each other down. That's what we should learn to avoid when we are female leaders. We should be able to be supportive. And let me have a look. Yeah, I would like to invite you. Have you ever experienced this in your own groups? And I would like just one sentence. Not a long discussion because of the time. Just one sentence. Have you ever experienced in your own organization, your own nunnery, your own whatever group you're working in, that you have become a leader or you have something to say and other women try to pull you down? Has anybody that ever experienced? You're nodding. Can you tell us something about it?
I'm tired.
You're tired? You're tired of other women pulling you down? Okay. So you don't feel you're encouraged to be a leader?
Maybe more recently. But
Or,
I'm still crawling.
You're still crawling up.
But nobody's pulling me down with my paces.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. So I saw some other hand up there. Can you go over there, please?
Yes, my name is Elise DeVito. I live in Taiwan, and my former job, not my job now, but my former job, my boss was a woman, but actually she acted exactly like a man, and so she does not support the women or men beneath her, and her most important goal was to make money. It was a non-profit organization, but slowly being turned into a profit. So she, just because she's a woman doesn't mean she completely became a man in her leadership.
Yeah.
And when I ran into some serious problems, she would not help me at all. And in fact, so I quit that job.
Yeah. It's what happens a lot when women have to struggle very hard for their own position, that they start to act like men. You see the ministers and prime ministers in countries sometimes, and what we should develop is be a woman. Because organizations that are being led by women who have an approach of a coaching leadership role, they really support other women to do the same. They have to encourage, but first they have to feel secure. It's most of the time these women who act like men are insecure of their own qualities as a leader. So that's why they try to imitate men, and they think they become authoritarian because of that. And that's not true at all. It's not a good example for other women. That's true. Okay. I would like to stop this workshop with a last thing. We started out with a visualization about looking in the mirror to see your own qualities, to see the things you're good at. And I think, although I'm not a Buddhist like many of you, I still think that Buddhist ways can help us to being good female leaders. And I'm talking about if you're insecure of yourself, you can give yourself affirmations like you do in Buddhism. And that's a sentence that you can shower yourself with. Like, I'm good at this, or I want to be that, and say it slowly yourself. And if I want to be a compassionate nun, I want to be a compassionate leader of my room, or of my door. It's very small. And so there are many more Buddhist approaches that can help us to be really good, compassionate female leaders. And I really hope that after this conference, where I feel all these threads are coming together, and I feel like it's happening here. I'm sure that all these nuns in 10 years will be leaders of their own nunneries, and lots of Western women will be too. So that's what I wish for all. Thank you.
Love yourself and be aware today, tomorrow, always. First discover yourself in the way, then teach others. And so defeat sorrow to straighten crooked. You must first do a harder thing, straighten yourself. You are your only master. Who else? Subdue yourself and discover your master. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the great courage. We asked all the nuns if they would do this together, to do what the other one had the courage to do it all by themselves. So I'm very delighted. Thank you again. I thought I have a short time with you again, and what would I most like to be able to share with you? And I thought about it, and it might be a tall order. It's nothing unusual for my aspiration. But I wrote a poem that I would like to share with you that expresses it. I am the universe. Not this or that, which but for an instant's breath of wisdom's dance expresses a life force, a form, a being, a planet, a stellar system, a galaxy. The breath of quality or virtue, cosmos pervading, consciousness, awareness, now a world, a universe, and countless universes, now dancing in the sublime symphony of perfect, deathless wisdom, life, the symphony of undying bliss, transmuting incessantly the infinite. I, perfect wisdom, Prajna Paramita, now perhaps create a new infinity of universes, just for your perfecting delight. In wisdom's deathless, beauteous light. Joy, bliss, peace, gate gate, paragate, parasumgate, lotus mahal. May you all drink fully of the sublime chalice of freedom. I thought about the universe, and I thought about us and all the responses people had to my first presentation with the pictures of the universe. And people were saying to me things like, I realized waking up that I'm dust. And another person said to me, I woke up and I realized I'm the universe. And I thought about it, and we're dust, and we're the universe, we're the dust of the universe. And it opens such a beautiful window big spiral cluster. I have a picture of our home here, which we all recognize as the Earth, and all the stars around it, just to remind you where we're located. Now, all around us are other planets, other stars, whole huge groups of stars. It doesn't want to stay They say it would take an eternity to count all of the universes. They're uncountable. And then they say, unutterable is it to know all. Unspeakable to know all. Okay, we'll leave this for just a moment. It's all with us, of course. And we'll think about these virtues that we are. Now we know they're the 10 virtues, yeah? The paramitas. So maybe we can write here. Who can tell me what the virtues are, paramitas, that make the bodhisattva's lotus to unfold? Each of us develops these virtues as we walk our path. What are the paramitas? Patience. Wisdom. Yeah? Generosity.
very much for your lyrical, relaxing, and quiet exploration. We are now going to move on to our last presentation. Patti Bori and Kandu Lama will be making a presentation on the theme Trafficking in Buddhist Girls, Empowerment through Prevention.
Hello. We would also like to start with a visualization today, so if everyone would once again close your eyes. And get yourself into a comfortable position, whatever that is for you. Everyone together can take one deep breath in and one deep breath out. Continue breathing on your own. And as you're breathing, I'd like you to focus on deep listening. As I begin. You are a girl born in an extremely poor Buddhist village in the mountains of Nepal. Only 3 months after your own birth, your mother dies. Your aunt and uncle take you in because your father believes it is not his role to raise the children, and he didn't have enough food to provide for you. Like most daughters in rural Nepal, your day begins with an early wake-up to collect firewood and water, cook, wash clothes, tend to the buffalo, work in the field, polish the floors, and take care of your other siblings. At age 15, your uncle takes you on a trip to India. In Bombay, your uncle introduces you to a man that you will work for. He explains that it is your duty to raise money for the family. Your uncle returns to Nepal. You quickly learn that the job your uncle has set up for you is to live in a brothel with 25 other young girls and have sex repeatedly with men of all ages, so that you will be submissive and willing to lie on dirt floors and please the sexual desires of these perverted men day and night. The men your uncle sold you to continually beat, rape, and starve you until you are sufficiently what they call broken in. Your life continues like this for 20 years. Back in the village, your family has spent the money they earned from selling you to build 2 homes and buy jewelry and many large copper pots to display their earnings. During your time in Bombay, you try to return home. But when you go to cross the border, the police recognize the markings of a prostitute that have been branded to the back of your heels. So they put you in jail. You call your aunt and uncle and ask them to send you one of the necklaces they had bought, promising you'd pay it back when you get out. But they refused. When you you are finally let out of jail, you return to India to continue working. Years later, your family finds out that you have died, and the details of your death are never known. So when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. Okay, so what I'd like everyone to do right now is, if you could pair up into twos, and for about 3 minutes or so, just describe some feelings that came up for you during that visualization. And if together you can come up with 3 words, and then we'll have a chance to share some of those words afterwards. Okay, so if you can break up into pairs of 2.